It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. And it comes your way next.
It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheeseheads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. Jaden Reed to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Takes the handoff. Now Love. It's cut right side by Watson. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought down by Reek Woolen.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Jacobs gets it on the draw. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 1 yard on the play, and now they've got 4th down and 6.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game. That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Trying for the deep ball. He's got it inside the 25. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Packers taking the field now. Their second series of the game coming up. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 29. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by Reek Woolen.
Good luck defending that short yardage slam. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Play fake, it's Love. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Love looking to pass. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 42. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to him. Stiff arm success. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 20 on 2nd down. That's caught Tucker Kraft. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, with out routes or in routes just like that.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. This is a chip shot from the left hash. And the kick by Folk is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Smith. It's caught Metcalf. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. 7-3 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They have it on 2nd and short. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Into the hands of Walker.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now go with Walker on the counter. A lot of grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, That was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, and head the other way for a big run.
Going to the ground again on first. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Metcalf's got it, complete. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
First down from the red zone. That's a catch. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Walker has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Charbonnet on the toss. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Smith. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They go play action here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 46, completes this one to Dontavion Wicks. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Shotgun now for Love. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. He's got it deep downfield. It's a Green Bay touchdown. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah.
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers push their lead to 3. On now is McManus to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. The Seahawks offense running out now. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what
Yep.
works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Walker holds it in. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
From the 32. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. And again, it's Smith. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Walker now from the gun. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Javon Bullard bringing that play to an end.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. And This one is away, and he got all of it and then some. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the Packers will take over possession. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Thrown on first down, Love. Gets this one to Watson. Has a hole left, room to run. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Christian Watson with the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers. And sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers make it a 10-point ball game. On now is McManus to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by Quay Walker. That's halftime here in Green Bay. The Cheeseheads with plenty to cheer about as their Packers have the lead. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. It was the Packers' leading man, quarterback Jordan Love, who turned in a solid performance in that first half. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Staying with Walker. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Gets him those 3 yards back, but it brings up 3rd and 10 now.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Handoff to Walker from the gun. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running with Walker again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Smith on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Walker. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They give up the gut to Walker. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Has it at the 7. It's a Seattle touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks cut it to a field goal game.
Seahawks 14.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Nixon now to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Love from the gun. This finds Dobbs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Jacobs running behind center. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Going run again with Jacobs. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 16. This one's caught. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Love out of the shotgun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Love now on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers push their lead further to start the half. Christian Watson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers make it a 10-point ball game. On now is McManus to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. Finds Bobo. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Packers into a nickel defense, 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. From the gun, Smith. Delivered to the sideline. Smith and Jigba brings it in. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Smith on 1st down. Fits it through the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They send a man in motion. 1st down, Smith to throw. Taken in by Noah Fant. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Completed over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throwing it again here. He finds Fant. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Offense in the hurry up here. And again, it's Smith. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Working quickly here. They are throwing it again. Has it down close. Touchdown, Seattle. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
And now for the point after, and crucially to bring things within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th.
Seahawks 21.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Nixon now to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Packers ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Ball at the 33 for first down. Love now to throw. He's got Watson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers holding on to a field goal lead. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Second and 3 now. They stick with Jacobs. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. First and 10 from the 41. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running. They run it with Jacobs. And this one doesn't go far. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Setting up to pass. He completes it in traffic. And He's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
So this is a Packers win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.